I'm Paul Olligan, this is
Vinny Pereira.
and we're from a Liverpool band called the Banshees. Been really up the wall the past couple of months. We've got a single coming out on the, wait there for this, 4th of March. It's Alright, and we've been asked if we would answer some questions on it. So we're going to do that, and as we're down up the wall we can't even remember what the questions are, so we've got to write them down so we remember them. So It's Alright, 4th of March, it's out. It's available on all platforms. Where's it available, Vin?
Oh, everywhere. Spotify, Ditto.
Yeah, apparently we're getting lots of streams on Apple Music. Right, first question, explain the single. The single's called It's Alright, and it was the first song that actually me and Vin wrote together as a songwriting partnership or team.
Even though it's the 4th track released. Which is a bit strange, but that's the way it turned out. So
yeah, it's an absolute belter. Meaning of the song, over to you, Vin.
it's a bit of a mad one, but it starts off basically about talking about myself and my insecurities, which
We've all got them.
we have all got them, but nobody puts them in song form. No one's that stupid, but I did.
It's like,
So-
this should turn into a self-help video, innit? Self-help with the Banshees.
If it helps anyone, that's great, but
If it just helps one person.
if it helps me, that's enough, yeah. So basically it was just like my mind and my insecurities of how I think that people perceive me.
We're going deep.
And yeah, it's quite deep. To listen to it you wouldn't think it was that deep, but it's about, you know, people just wasting time and just plodding along in life and just doing nothing, and they think it's great and they take pictures of it all along the way. You know, they're standing there doing Spider-Man poses, taking selfies, eating salads. I don't get it, and I don't want to get it, and I can't, even though we're part of it now, I don't want to play that game. It's not about that, so it's basically, yeah, it's just about those people wandering around aimlessly, really.
Yeah.
And the way I deal with things, I can't deal with that, and that's basically it.
Okay, recording process. Yeah, we recorded it in the Motor Museum studio in Lark Lane, and we specifically picked this studio out. We went through a list of people that we know with studios, a list of producers that we know that we've all worked with in the past, and we just felt that this needed, you know, a fresh something about it. And we went with the Motor Museum, Al Grove's place. The pedigree of the place is unreal. You know, I could sit here for an hour and tell you about all sorts of the famous people that have actually recorded and worked in there. And the guy that produced us is Loic, he's a gem. I can't remember the second. He's a Gallard. I can never pronounce it. He's a Swiss guy.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but
he's a Swiss guy.
Gallard.
Yeah, but he obviously put his heart and soul into this. It was funny because there was a comment when it got played on some platform the other day. It's a bit of a sneaky one, and people were saying about how immense the song sounds and the end of it, and I was like, yeah, no shit, because the end of it actually nearly killed me, him and Loic to record it. It is, we're dead proud of it.
I remember hearing the playback and a little tear come to the eye.
Yeah, yeah. Last time I cried it was like Prisoner Cell Block H.
Cheers to give me roses.
Yeah, it's just, it was a great, the studio was fantastic, couldn't speak highly enough of it. We know how good Al Groves is. I think everybody in Liverpool knows how good Al Groves is and how good his team is at the Motor Museum. So we wanted to record with them there. That's where obviously we're actually back in there Monday to finish some bits of production. Yeah, and then we're going to start obviously the greater picture, which is the mini album. Next question, Vin, do you want to know about the writing process of it? The writing process?
Well, there isn't really a process, I'd say. I mean, do you have a process when you do a riff? You kind of just jam it out and it kind of creates a shape, and then you kind of mould that shape lyrically and melodically. It'll probably, well, on this occasion it started with your chord progression, didn't it?
Yeah,
which was threw at me straight away, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And as soon as you got off, as soon as you went home, out of nowhere, a melody came, like the start of a melody, and then that was it. Then I was up, and I was writing away. And I think, was it the next day?
Yeah.
When I showed it to you, or maybe 4 o'clock in the morning that night.
Yeah.
Sent it to you, and you were like, mate, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And that was the birth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of the Banshees.
Yeah. I can't remember, like, I remember sort of writing the chord, the chord structure, and I had that in my head. And to this day, I still can't remember how I wrote the riff or where I wrote the riff. I actually think I wrote it sitting upstairs at the Mac. When we had it running on the Mac as a demo, and I just started picking out the riff, which is kind of, I don't know, plucked it out of the universe. Next question, who you worked with? Well, we've just said them really, haven't we? Motor Museum, and Loic Gollard, who's here from Switzerland. Yeah. He is Swiss, isn't he?
What did I say? He said, when we met him, I can't remember what it was. He said he was Swiss, and I said, I'd love to go to Sweden. He's like, okay, cool.
Okay, cool, man. Cool, yeah, cool. It's like one of them places, like, I mean, obviously, like, you meet him, he's like hyper cool, the Euro kid. And he's a lovely fella, and he's showing us around the Motor Museum, and he's going, the kitchens, use what you want in the kitchen, and, I've got oat milk and, all different types of, like, vegan products and that. And Dad's mum, Jake, he's just like an animal. He, like, come in and empty the backpack with, like, 40 economy sausages. Stunk the place out.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
But, it was nice, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Kept us going.
Kept us going.
It was a long 3 days. It's hard.
Yeah, DP's built on economy sausages.
Yeah.
As far as it goes, with Al and with Loic, yeah, I mean, we had a vision for it, for the direction that we wanted to go, and they helped us achieve that with this EP and especially this track.
More than mate.
Yeah.
The direction that not that I wanted to go in, but the direction that I would have naturally went into was not the direction that we received. Like the outcome of the track, what the work that Loic done on it, was nothing that I would have ever envisaged at all. And it was such a shock, to hear it back at that level.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there was one point where we the way we recorded it, I come round to do the guitar parts, like, for me, and I kind of knew before we started, this is neither going to make it or break it in a certain direction. And I'm a bit of a geek and a bit of a kid when it comes to sort of guitar stuff. And when someone shows you a rack of, like, boutique amp heads, like Black Cat amp heads, which are just, like, I mean, if you know anything about Black Cat, it's like 1,800 quid more, you can pay $4,000 for this amp head. It was like, do you want to use the Black Cat? Do you want to use, this vintage Vox? Do you want to use, it was just like, I was like a kid in a sweet shop. And all different.
I think I went away for an hour and just left you to it.
Yeah.
And I think you played around.
Yeah.
More than
more than usual.
More than usual, yeah.
But I remember saying to Loic about it, the vision was, there's one band that the Banshees really collectively love, and that's the Strokes. And I didn't know whether to kind of try and push it into that compressed sound, and maybe that would fit us a bit, not a bit better, but maybe that's the way we should have went with it. And we didn't in the end. It kind of went vast and big. We kind of just done what we were good at.
It naturally grew, didn't it?
Yeah. It's
a big track. It's wide. It's really.
Yeah, the 3 tracks on this EP are really big. When it goes into the obviously the mini album, I can't wait to hear that. We'll go back and do another 3 or 4, which is all booked in. So yeah, there you go. That's it. We're the Banshees from Liverpool.
Check
us out. Get on us. Spotify. 4th of March. It's all right.
And check out our website, thebanshees.co.uk.
Buy a t-shirt, tell your friends, iron and board covers with vinyl. What more do you want?